What is up, guys? Welcome to the show. I'm your traditional extremist, and today we're going to talk about Trump and will he get a fair trial? And just we're going to show you just some craziness that's going on. Things are being thrown at him. I mean, if you pay attention at all, you know that Trump has committed every crime in the book. I don't think there is a law he hasn't broken, according to the left. That this is just the worst guy. He's worse than Hitler. He's worse than Mao. All of them. He's killed all these people. He's done all these terrible things. He's racist. You never quote me what he said it was racist, but he's racist. He's misogynistic. You know, everything. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, we're going to get into this article from CNN that goes over some stuff that they're going after a team of Trumps. But before we get into that, please hit that like button, share the video, subscribe. All right, there's my plug. So, exclusive. Georgia prosecutors have messages showing Trump's team is behind voting system breach. Okay, so first of all, purest, cleanest election of all time, right? That's the rumor. The headline of this article suggests otherwise, just because of that. There was no voter fraud. There was nothing wrong. 81 million votes to Joe Biden, no problems. But so this article goes into a team of lawyers and a group of officials with Trump that they requested to go check out the voting machines. And turns out they were able to bust in, I guess. And now they're apparently trying to go after them for doing so. All right, Atlanta area prosecutors investigating efforts to overturn 2020 election results in Georgia are in possession of text message and emails directly connecting members of Donald Trump's legal team to the early January 2021 voting system breach in Coffee County. Sources tell CNN. Bolton County District Attorney Fani Willis is expected to seek charges against more than a dozen individuals when her team presents its case before a grand jury next week. Several individuals involved in the voting system breach in Coffee County are among those who may face charges in the sprawling criminal probe. Okay, so the team sought to go and check out the voting systems, right? They got written permission, a written invitation to access voting systems. They were given written permission to go. On January 1st, 2021, days ahead of the January 7th voting systems breach, Catherine Freese, an attorney working with Gianni, Sidney Powell, and other Trump allies, shared a written invitation to examine voting systems in Coffee County with a group of Trump allies. That group included members of Sullivan Strickler, a firm hired by Trump's attorneys to examine voting systems in the small, heavily Republican Georgia County, according to the text message obtained by CNN. That same day, Freese sent a letter of invitation to Coffee County, Georgia, to former NYPD Police Commissioner Bernie Kerik, who was working with Gianni to find evidence that would back up their baseless claims of potential widespread voter fraud, according to the court documents filed as part of an ongoing civil case. Freese then notified operatives who carried out the Coffee County breach and others working directly with Gianni that Trump's team had secured written permission, the text show. CNN has not reviewed the substance of the invitation letter itself, only communications that confirm it was provided to Freese, Kerik, and Sullivan Strickler employees. Okay, so there was confirmed written confirmation that they could go and check out these voting systems to make sure that they were working properly. So they were given permission. And turns out they were actually, I guess, able to breach the system, which would then cause worry for voters and everyone worried about the election that something's jacked up. They were able to bust in. There was a breach. And we want to talk about the baseless claims. It was a pure election, no problems. They're in Fulton County. And it's not against the whole, or it's not for the whole narrative. Like, there was widespread voter fraud. I'm not going into that as far as what I believe. We're going over what's right here and what was proven. 200 absentee ballots initially counted twice in Georgia, Fulton County. So there's issues. There's issues with the voting system. There's problems that are occurring in the voting system. There's lots of these things that happen all over the country. Whether you want to say it was widespread and it was all one big group doing it, I don't know. I don't have the proof. All I know is there's a bunch of individual little things like this. 200 ballots that were double counted. Ballots showing up in the middle of the night. Thousands of ballots show up in the middle of the night. All the things that went on. But here's something that literally happened in Fulton County in Georgia. And now we send a team of people to go and check out the voting systems, which they're able to breach the system. and they were given access, or they were given permission to go to do so, and now we're trying to criminally charge those individuals for doing that. Do you see where I'm getting at with this? That it's becoming illegal to question something? If you're on the right side. From 2016, 2020, I heard nothing but it's an illegitimate election. Trump really isn't the president. He cheated. He's a Russian spy. Used Russian assets to. That's the only reason he got in. That's all I heard. It's fine then, And people on my side of the aisle don't believe in. They believe in you can have all your crackpot ideas that you want. That's okay. You think some of my ideas are crackpot? I think a lot of your ideas are crackpot. That's cool. We can express those ideas. But no, now if you question anything, we're going to come after you illegally. We're going to throw the full weight of the law and the government at you to shut you up and put you in jail and scare anyone else from going against us ever again. That's what this crap is about. And that's just what they're doing with Trump in this indictment, that they're throwing everything at him, just hoping something sticks to the wall. And it then makes me want to go. We're gonna take it back. This is old, but this is one of the grand jurors on the decision not to subpoena Trump. And just listen to the nuttiness of this.
Personally want to hear from the former president. I wanted to hear from the former president, but honestly, I kind of wanted to subpoena the former president because I got to swear everybody in. And so I thought it'd be really cool to get 60 seconds with President Trump of me looking at him and being like, do you solemnly swear? And me getting to swear him in. I kind of just thought that would be an awesome moment.
It's like these people that just want attention, or they don't like Trump and they just want to either do it for clout or do it because they absolutely just hate him. And in the justice system, how are we going to have that? You can't have that. Because if you have shit like that, people don't trust the justice system. And when people don't trust the justice system or the system in general, they're not going to play within the system because they know it's rigged. If everyone believes the system's rigged, why would you try to play by the rules? If you're going to play Monopoly with someone, but they get 3 times the amount of money when they pass go every time, or it charges you 3 times every time you land on their property, why are you going to play? You're like, no. I'm not going to be involved in this. No thanks. Eventually, people, they have to start waking up and seeing this crap and understanding that they can't just play the game anymore. It's a 2-tiered justice system. And so, on top of everything else with Trump, we're looking at the judge that's overseeing the indictment, Judge Tanya Chutkan, and the fact that she's supposed to be the judge. She's supposed to issue justice. She's supposed to be non-biased, impartial, that sort of thing. And she's known to be she's been a judge on a lot of the J6 trials and has been known to be harsh on people, on anyone that's been arrested for J6. But let's listen to a quote of what this judge has already said about Trump. Quote, I see the footage of the flags and the signs that people were carrying and the hats they were wearing and the garb, and the people who mobbed that Capitol were in their fealty, in loyalty to one man, not to the Constitution. It's a blind loyalty to one person who, by the way, remains free to this day, Chutkan told defendant Christine Priola, according to the court filings. So that's what she said to another defendant in a trial. But said, who, by the way, remains free to this day, saying in a manner that she did not like the fact that Trump is still free. She has already made comments in the past about wanting Trump in jail, saying Trump should be in jail. But this is the judge that is overseeing Trump's indictment. Do you think he's going to get a fair trial? Do you think, do you think any of the indictments make sense? Anyways, I got lefties all over the place telling me, well, if you wouldn't break the law, I'm like, okay, which law did we break? What law did we break? Questioning the election? Is that seriously what we're going for? That you can't say, you can't ask questions and you can't say that looks funny. I don't like the idea that it's becoming more tyrannical. They're getting more desperate, and they're going to try to use more power of the government to shove down, or not to shove down people's throats, but to actually arrest them. It's going to use the power of government to put their political opposition away, to lock people up that disagree with them. They believe in nothing but power. That's all they want. That's all they care about. They don't care about justice. They don't care about truth. They don't care about any of that stuff. That's all they want is power. And they want power over you. And they can't win against you with arguments. So that's why they say, well, you're just a bigot. You're just misogynist. You're just a racist. Trump's a racist. And that's all that matters. Okay. I don't have to give you any comments of what he said. I don't have to give you any facts. All I'm going to say is if you believe this, then you're a racist. And that's just it. And if you're a racist, then you can't have an opinion. If you don't have a uterus, you can't have an opinion. If you do this, you can't have an opinion. That's what they just. It's all tactics to get you to shut up because they can't win based off truth, based off facts, based off anything. All they have is emotions and feelings, which are powerful, by the way. People's feelings and emotions are powerful. Make no mistake. But if we allow our world to be ruled by that, there's no logic, there's no truth, and the system would just fall apart. Look at California. Look at these big blue cities where crime is just running rampant, and logic has gone out the window. Going after criminals has gone out the window. Trying to secure your border and allowing illegals in your city and overrunning it, and having homeless U.S. people out there living in the streets while putting illegal immigrants in hotels. That's logical to them. That seems right. And we're in an ass backwards moment in time. But good news is, I think the pendulum is swinging. You look at everything that's happening. You look at the fact of, it's just right up here. It was up here a minute ago. What was his name? Oliver. The guy just did the song. I'm not a big country guy, but just did a song that was anti-establishment. Just a guy out in the woods. Did a song on his guitar with his dogs, singing about the rich man north of Richmond, aka the rich politicians, and number one on iTunes. Like, I don't even like country, but it was a good song. I enjoyed it. And the Bud Light boycott, losing money. Anheuser-Busch is selling off companies, is selling off brands. Disney, just bleeding billions. People have had enough. And I think we've let that pendulum swing to the left really far. And it's just got to the point where it's insanity. And it's going to take some work. And you can't stop now, but it's coming back around. It's coming back to the right. I think it's getting to be more sense, or where people have more sense. And they desire that truth. They desire something more than what has been offered to them with all this political Democrat bullshit. Anyways, ran over. If y'all like the video, please hit that like button. Until next time, guys, y'all have a great day.